The D.C. National Guard is already starting to gather at the D.C. Armory. That's where we find News Force Megan McGrath. Megan joins us live this morning. Okay, so Megan, you've been there all morning long. What have you seen? What are you starting to see? Is there an increase of movement there?
Well, good morning. Yeah, there's been a lot of activity here this morning. Members of the D.C. National Guard, some of them arriving just a little bit before 7 o'clock this morning, going inside. Now, they'll be given their orders, and then at some point they will go and hit the streets of Washington, where they will work alongside local law enforcement. That could possibly happen today. We don't have that timeline as of yet. Now, in addition to activating the D.C. National Guard, the president has taken control of the D.C. Police Department, federalizing it. Now, that is something that has never happened, not here in Washington, D.C. or any other city. Members of the D.C. National Guard began arriving at the Armory early this morning. Carrying large duffels, backpacks, and sleeping bags, they reported for duty in what is an unusual deployment. They will hit the streets of Washington, assisting local law enforcement in fighting crime. Asked how long the mission will last, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth said,
"I don't know, weeks, months, what will it take? That's the president's call."
800 National Guard soldiers have been activated. Between 100 and 200 will be out on the street at any given time. The activation is part of the president's larger plan to fight crime in D.C. Declaring a crime emergency on Monday, Trump announced the unprecedented federal takeover of the D.C. Police Department.
Capital City has been overtaken by violent gangs and bloodthirsty criminals, roving mobs of wild youth, drugged out maniacs and homeless people.
The new head of the DEA, Terry Cole, has been named interim commissioner of the police department and will report up to Attorney General Pam Bondi. The federalization of the police department is not sitting well with Democrats or the mayor.
Be a disaster if communities won't talk to the police if a crime has been committed and could help solve that crime. That could be a disaster. It would be a disaster if people who aren't committing crimes are antagonized into committing crimes. That would be a disaster.
This looks to me like an emergency which is manufactured because of a public relations crisis relating to the Epstein file.
Now, President Trump has also vowed to remove homeless encampments that have been set up around the city, but so far that hasn't happened. Erica, back to you.
Oh, it is a tall order for sure. Megan McGrath joining us live this morning. Megan, thank you.